Welcome to our deep dive into the mystery of the Megalodon's extinction. Today we'll explore the top 10 leading hypotheses for why this ocean giant vanished. As the Pliocene epoch progressed, a chill began to creep across the globe. The once warm and inviting waters started to cool, altering the marine environment drastically. For Megalodon, a creature reliant on warm waters, this change was more than just a seasonal shift. It marked a significant turning point in its existence. The colder currents began to invade its habitat, making survival increasingly difficult. The once abundant prey began to dwindle in number. Fish that thrived in warmer waters either migrated to other regions or perished in the cooling seas. Unable to adapt to the cooling seas, the Megalodon found itself in a dire situation. Its massive size and high energy demands made it particularly vulnerable. The Megalodon's reign as an apex predator began to falter. The scarcity of prey and the harsh conditions of the colder waters were too much to overcome. The cooling oceans were pushing the Megalodon towards the brink. Its once vast and thriving habitat was now shrinking rapidly. This once unstoppable force of nature was now locked in a desperate struggle for survival. The changing climate and cooling oceans were relentless, leaving the Megalodon with fewer options and a grim future. The life of a Megalodon was a constant hunt for sustenance. This colossal predator roamed the ancient seas, always on the lookout for its next meal. With its massive jaws and razor-sharp teeth, it was a force to be reckoned with. As the oceans cooled, the Megalodon's primary prey began to decline. The once abundant whale populations started to dwindle, making it increasingly difficult for the Megalodon to find enough food to sustain its enormous size. The Megalodon was now facing a food shortage of immense proportions. The vast oceans that were once teeming with life had become a barren hunting ground. The predator's search for food became more desperate with each passing day. Every hunt became a desperate gamble against starvation. The Megalodon had to expend more energy chasing increasingly elusive prey, often coming up empty-handed. The stakes were higher than ever before. The shrinking prey base was a death knell, slowly starving the Megalodon out of existence. The once dominant predator was now struggling to survive, its very existence hanging by a thread. The ocean had become a desolate landscape for this apex predator. The mighty Megalodon, once the ruler of the seas, was now a ghost in its own domain, a tragic reminder of the relentless march of time and change. As the Megalodon struggled, new threats emerged. Smaller, more agile predators like orcas and great white sharks evolved. These newcomers, though smaller, possessed keen intelligence and adaptability. They targeted the same dwindling prey, outmaneuvering the larger predator. The emergence of these new apex predators marked a turning point. The Megalodon faced fierce competition for resources, contributing to its downfall. The Megalodon had a critical vulnerability, a slow reproductive rate. Unlike many other marine predators, the Megalodon did not produce large numbers of offspring. This slow reproductive rate meant that each new generation of Megalodons was relatively small, making it difficult for the species to recover from population declines. Unlike other sharks, it produced relatively few pups. These pups were born in specific nursery habitats, which were crucial for their early development and survival. The young Megalodons needed these safe havens to grow and mature before venturing into the open ocean. These nurseries, typically warm coastal waters, were shrinking. Climate change and human activities were causing these vital areas to diminish, leaving fewer safe spaces for the young Megalodons. The loss of these nurseries had a direct impact on the survival rates of the pups. This put immense pressure on the Megalodon's ability to replenish its numbers. With fewer pups surviving to adulthood, the overall population of Megalodons began to decline. The competition for resources in the ocean also intensified, making it even harder for the young sharks to thrive. Its slow breeding cycle was becoming a liability. The Megalodon's inability to quickly increase its population made it vulnerable to extinction. As the number of mature Megalodons dwindled, the species faced an uncertain future. The loss of vital nursery habitats meant the Megalodon couldn't keep pace with environmental pressures. The destruction of these areas, combined with the slow reproductive rate, created a perfect storm that ultimately led to the decline of this once dominant predator. The Earth's climate experienced significant glacial-interglacial cycles. These cycles caused dramatic fluctuations in sea levels. For the Megalodon, these fluctuations were catastrophic. Vast stretches of its coastal hunting grounds were periodically wiped away. This fragmentation of habitat isolated populations, disrupting breeding patterns. The constant upheaval placed immense stress on the already struggling Megalodon populations. Earth's magnetic field fluctuates in strength and even reverses polarity. These changes could have disrupted the Megalodon's migratory patterns. The Megalodon may have found itself lost, its internal compass scrambled. The ocean is a delicate ecosystem, a complex web of interconnected life. The decline of the Megalodon would have sent shockwaves through the ancient oceans. The removal of the Megalodon could have caused a chain reaction, destabilizing entire ecosystems. Its disappearance would have reshaped the very fabric of the ocean ecosystem. The ocean is stratified into distinct layers, each with its own characteristics. Shifts in ocean currents and temperatures may have altered the thermocline. These expanding dead zones could have squeezed the Megalodon's habitat. The Megalodon would have found itself gasping for breath in a world that was suffocating. As the Megalodon's habitat shrunk, the species faced a loss of genetic diversity. Isolated groups were unable to interbreed, leading to inbreeding. This lack of genetic diversity made the Megalodon vulnerable to diseases and environmental changes. The Megalodon was becoming a prisoner in its own shrinking gene pool. The extinction of the Megalodon was likely caused by multiple stressors. The cooling climate, shrinking prey base, competition, and other factors played a role. The Megalodon's story is a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of life on Earth. While the Megalodon may be gone, its legacy lives on, a testament to the power of adaptation. The extinction of Megalodon was due to a combination of environmental changes and biological constraints. This perfect storm of challenges led to its disappearance. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more